The electorate voted in June 2016 for the return of our borders and a functioning sovereign parliament in Westminster, based on our historical rights, which has not been delivered. The Tories and Labour have not served us well since 1990, and the current polls show people want radical change. That requires a detailed plan for control of our borders, mass repeal of malign legislation, and detailed policies to empower individual enterprise and dramatically reduce the size of the state. The new formula cannot offer the hollow bribes which have become part of our current electoral farce, but the chance of sustainable long-term prosperity based upon honest human interface. Wealth and success require hard work, not indolence, risk-taking, not risk aversion, and most importantly, free speech. We now need a committed movement of common sense to come together to restore Britain. I don't know about you, but I want my country back.
Elections are sold as the pressure valve. The idea is simple. Things get bad. People vote. Power changes hands. Problem gets fixed. That story sounds good, but it doesn't match reality. Because elections aren't broken. They are controlled. They are built to look open while filtering out anyone who actually threatens the people at the top. Billionaires, media owners, party insiders, courts, international institutions, and, when needed, intimidation or violence. All of it works together. That's not a conspiracy. That's the system doing its job. Let's walk through it, step by step. Start with money, because that's where everything begins. You are an average person. Rents are exploding. Wages are flat. Borders feel out of control. And elites fly to global summits while you are counting every bill. Election time comes around and you think maybe voting in new people will help. But before you even get a choice, money has already decided that. In the United States, Citizens United opened the floodgates. Super PACs let billionaires dump unlimited cash into campaigns. Musk, Soros, doesn't matter which side. They can spend hundreds of millions crushing candidates most people have never even heard of. Australia isn't different. Big business poured over 100 million into Liberal and Labor in the last cycle. Mining giants, banks, corporate donors, independents and small parties are left scrambling for scraps. Campaigns cost tens of millions now. If you don't have rich backers, you don't get airtime, staff, reach, or credibility. You are not choosing leaders. You are choosing between whoever paid the most to stand there. Then comes the media. Turn on ABC, Channel 9, Sky. Same pattern every time. In Australia, News Corp dominates print. Big advertisers fund the outlets. Those advertisers don't like threats to migration schemes, tax deals, or corporate subsidies. So the media doesn't question power. It protects it. Anyone pushing real change gets labelled instantly. Far right, dangerous, extremist. Their policies don't get debated, they get framed out of existence. The message isn't argued, it's buried. Major parties pretend to fight each other, but when a real outsider appears, they cooperate fast. In Australia, smaller parties tried merging to survive. Science Party, Pirate Party. The rules were changed mid-game, and they were deregistered. Sustainable Australia faced the same fin in Victoria. Preferential voting looks fair on paper. Rank your choices, majority wins. In reality, outsider votes just flow straight back to Labor or Liberal. The system absorbs them and keeps going. The 2026 Combating Anti-Semitism, Hate and Extremism Bill is the perfect example. After the Bondi attack that killed 6 people, Parliament was recalled early. A draft bill dropped January 13th. By January 20, it was law. Labor voted yes across the board. Liberals, mostly yes. One Liberal voted no. Nationals complained about free speech, then folded. Greens, One Nation, Independents steamrolled. Liberals criticised Labor's version, tweaked it slightly, then passed it anyway. Same outcome, same power, different branding. Bondi was the spark. Control was the goal. France doesn't have preferences, but the method is the same. In 2022, presidential runoff, Macron's camp, the left, Greens, Socialists, even Conservatives, openly coordinated to block Marine Le Pen. Vote tactically, anyone but her. She still pulled 41.5%. The strongest result her movement ever had. It scared them. By 2025, courts banned her from running in 2027 over what she says was fabricated embezzlement charges. Her opponents didn't beat her politically. They removed her from the system. Germany's AfD started in 2013. After 2015, immigration became the focus and support exploded. Today they poll around 18% nationally and over 20% in parts of the East. What happens? State media ignores their policy wins and amplifies scandals. No party will work with them. Courts label them extremist. Surveillance ramps up before elections. In 2024 alone, over 50 AfD offices were firebombed. Members were stabbed, doxed, threatened. Police response was minimal. Outrage was muted. Votes rise, power stays locked out. Australia isn't soft. It's just quieter. We've had politicians assassinated. Percy Brookfield in 1921. John Newman in 1994. Arthur Cowell nearly killed in 1966. Today, it's more indirect. Fringe parties die by paperwork. MPs get doxed and threatened. Campaign vehicles are vandalised. ASIO warns of extremist plots. Raids hit nationalist groups hard. The lesson is the same. Step too far outside and the pressure arrives. The UK right now shows how the entire establishment moves together. Rupert Lowe, self-made, wealthy, no political dynasty, joins Reform UK and goes hard on immigration. Polls surge. Even Elon Musk gives him a nod. Suddenly, bullying accusations appear. Lowe beats them in court. Doesn't matter. Party leadership suspends him anyway and boots him out by early 2025. On February 14th, he launches Restore Britain. Immediately, media blackouts start. Doxing whispers follow. Threats ramp up. Then look at Jim Ratcliffe. On February 11th, he goes on Sky News and says the UK has been fundamentally changed by mass immigration and that leadership has lost control. The response is instant. Keir Starmer publicly condemns the comments as offensive. Media piles on. Racism accusations flood in. Manchester United fans are whipped into outrage. Local politicians join the attack. Ratcliffe apologises. That's the point. If a billionaire with that much money folds under that pressure, imagine the force applied to someone like Lowe. Behind it all, the same institutions every time. The EU set in migration frameworks. The UN push in migration compacts. NGOs enforcing the moral narrative. Countries that resist getting labelled authoritarian or racist. Poland builds border walls. Germany pushes migrants back over the line. France complains publicly while helping fund enforcement. Resistance gets punished. This is why elections don't work. Money buys entry. Media controls perception. Parties unite against threats. Courts remove candidates. Pressure, legal, social, or physical, finishes the job. Elections aren't a solution. They are the filter. So stop waiting for a saviour in a suit. Spread the word. Talk about this normally at work, at the pub, at the gym. Show people the patterns. Hit the system financially. Use credit unions. Support locals. Cancel corporate propaganda. Back independent creators. Build networks. Share skills. Trade services. Grow food. Reduce dependence. Create parallel systems. Solar, side hustles, shared housing, off-grid options. Push back quietly. Boycotts scare elites more than marches. If you are young, this is your fight. Get fit. Learn skills. Build families. Buy land if you can. Create something that lasts. And don't turn on each other. That's the trap. Elections are their circus. Real power lives in your money, your time, your relationships, and your choices. Starve the old system. Build a new one. They think you are stuck. Prove them wrong.